Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Josh, with our first video on the channel and also our first tutorial for the channel. And so in this tutorial we're going to be learning about SDL, and we're going to be using SDL in C++ with Microsoft Visual Studio. So what is SDL? SDL stands for the Simple Direct Media Layer, and it's a nifty little library that'll do a lot of stuff for us, and it's cross-platform. So what can SDL do for us? It can create a window, it can handle mouse, keyboard events, it can draw pictures natively, it can handle joystick support, it can play sounds. If you get SDL TTF library on, it can draw true type fonts, among a lot of other things. So we're going to be learning about this library and learning how to use it because it's very popular for a lot of small little 2D games people are making. I believe Valve uses it for the Source engine and for the Steam application. So it's a nice nifty little library. So we're going to be learning about SDL 2 as opposed to SDL 1.2, the previous version. So first things we need to do is we need to download SDL and create a project and set up SDL in it, and that's what this first tutorial is. This first tutorial is we're downloading SDL, we're setting it up, and we're laying the foundation for our future projects. So first you need to go to libsdl.org, libsdl.org, and it'll bring you to this page that we're on right now. Go to SDL 2.0. We're going to come down here to development libraries, and we're going to download the Windows v C++ 3264-bit, right? Because we're going to be, for this tutorial, I'm using Visual Studio, so we're going to want to use that one. So to follow along best, you're going to want to use Visual Studio 2 as well. You can also set it up with code blocks, dev C++, all sorts of other compilers. And if you want help on that, I suggest you go to lazyfoo.net. He has a lot of SDL tutorials as well, and if you want help setting up your machine, setting up your project for SDL, you can find a bunch of tutorials there for it, but I'm going to be doing mine in Visual Studio. So we're going to click SDL2 develop 2.0.3 VC zip, and mine's done downloading already, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this just preemptively. I'm going to come into Visual Studio and I'm going to new project. So in a new project, you want to go to Visual C++, empty project, and we'll just call this SDL tutorial so we know exactly what it is. Give it a second to load. Go to our source files, add a new item. We're going to add main.cpp. There we go. Now let's set up our project with SDL. So we've downloaded it. We can go to our documents, go to Visual Studio 2013, projects, SDL tutorial in here where our main file is. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste the zip file. I'm going to extract it here, so that way all the project files are extracted into the project folder that we created. I'll go ahead and I'll delete the old one, come back in here, and we'll go to project, SDL tutorial properties, configuration properties, v C++ directories. Go to the include directories, edit, go there, SDL 2.203, include. We're going to select the include folder. For the library directories, we're going to go ahead and we're going to edit. We're going to select SDL2 lib x86, select folder, OK. Go to the linker input. Going to go ahead and edit. We're going to do SDL2.lib. SDL2 main.lib. Okay. Then we'll go down here to system, subsystem, change it to Windows. There we go. And now our project should pretty well be set up, but we need to check it to make sure. So go into our main.cpp, the file we created, include. Gotta spell include correctly when you do it. SDL.h, int main, int argc, char args, args, return 0. Now let's use a couple of simple SDL functions, right? So in order to use SDL, we need to initialize it, right? And SDL is really easy for doing that. So SDL init everything. We're gonna just initialize everything, and then we're gonna just come down and SDL quit. So this application we just wrote on its own doesn't really do anything other than initialize SDL and then immediately quit it. So let's go to build solution, and build succeeded. Alright, now before we can run it, we need to run in here live, and we need to grab our driver for SDL and copy it to the debug folder, so that way when we run the little application it'll work. Come back in here and we will just start debugging, and it'll pop up and it'll close and exit without a problem. It's all working fine. So that's the end of this first tutorial. We've successfully set up SDL 2.0 in Visual Studio. We got the first little project running, and this is going to be the foundation for the rest of our tutorials. We're going to pick up in our next tutorial with us initializing a window and getting it up on the screen, and then after we initialize a window, we're going to move in and start drawing some stuff, and then from there the tutorial series will just develop. Anyways, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and it helped you in any way. Leave comments down below. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to help you out. And I will see you guys later with the second tutorial in this series. Thanks, guys.